Hey, mi gente, it's Julian Steve. You already know my name, but if you're new here, hey, I don't know why I did the hand gestures that way, but hey. Today we're going to be talking about the one and only Doja Cat and her anti-blackness. Yes, we're going to talk about Doja Cat's anti-blackness. Enjoy! To start off, we're going to be discussing Doja Cat's rise to fame and her accolades.
Nigga, don't do it, you blew it. You tryna cast spells on a bitch with potions. Nigga, I need devotion.
Amada was born on October 25th, 1995, in the Taranza neighborhood of Los Angeles, California. Her mother, Deborah, is of white Jewish descent. Her father, Dumi Sadi, is of South African Zulu descent. The two had a brief relationship after meeting in New York City, where Dumiasi performed on Broadway, but he was too busy on tour to spend time with Amada and her brother. When Amada and her brother were young, their father left the United States for South Africa due to feeling homesick. Due to her father leaving, she's not close to her father and claims to be estranged from him.
No.
So I have watched a couple interviews with you, and you have lightly talked about your father. And I know you have you met him yet? By the
No,
way,
never.
So just for people who don't know, your dad is actually pretty popular in South Africa. So tell me about the fact you've never met him. He's a star where he's from. You're a star where you're from.
Yeah.
Y'all have never met. Like, tell me about y'all's relationship, because I've never really got the gist of it.
I've never met him, and he's on Instagram, and he comments on like pictures sometimes. Maybe not anymore, but he did a few times like months ago. And he's an incredible dancer and a great actor. But yeah, no, I don't know him very well.
Would
Have
you
y'all,
ever?
have y'all tried to connect?
I guess when I was like 13, I like wanted to see him, and then I don't know what happened. But yeah.
Would you be open to it now, though?
Yeah, sure. Why not? He's, probably still busy doing stuff, but yeah, sure. I'd be down to meet him.
Doja was always a fan of being in the show business, which led her to attend Central Los Angeles Area New High School in Los Angeles. While attending the prestigious high school, she skipped classes to participate in online chat rooms. Also, she struggled with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, aka ADHD. Doja ended up being discouraged about her education and her career path. Eventually, she dropped out in her junior year. Between 2012 through 2017, Doja Cat has either released music or took a hiatus. Thankfully, her discography grew in the coming years. As of now, she has 3 studio albums and 1 extended play. She has won 1 Grammy Award, 5 Billboard Music Awards, 5 American Music Awards, 3 MTV Video Music Awards, and an iHeartRadio Music Award.
Didn't even notice your punches start to roll. You got to keep me focused. You wanna say
When it comes to discussing Doja Cat's anti-blackness, there are so many ways to go in the conversation. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have them divided by sections to make this organized. And it starts back in 2018, going through 2023. We're going to start off with 2018. Back in 2018, Doja Cat was called out for using the F word, and If you know, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the F word that is very problematic, and we all know it's a homophobic slam. And Doja Cat, instead of her apologizing about it at first, she was debating as to why she has the right to use the word until she actually apologized after. With this one, some of you are going to probably be like, how is this anti black? Well, there are black queer people. So, yes, this could be considered anti black. She's basically thinking that she has a right to use this word. But then it gets a bit tricky because apparently Doja Cat is bisexual. I'm not 100% sure, but people are speculating because of one of her lyrics in her song called Naked, which, by the way, I like the song, but that's not the point here. The point is, in this song, she talked about liking something with bananas and peaches, and that could be a metaphor for liking both men and women. So when it comes to this discussion, it's hard for me to give my take, but at the same time, there are also people saying that that doesn't mean nothing because at the end of the day, Doja Cat could be internalized homophobia. I probably used the wrong word, but someone mentioned that in the comment section. It was in the video that I watched, and then people were like, "Oh, you could still be against a community you're a part of," which is true. Which Doja Cat has her issues with anti-blackness. Obviously, that's what we're talking about in this video. But my point of what I'm saying is that it's not okay for Doja Cat to be using the F word. If she is bisexual, in my opinion, I don't think it's a bad thing because I do know that there are queer people who use that term to take ownership of it. I do know there are certain black people who use the N word, specifically black Americans who use the N word to reclaim it after history of people, white people, and non-black people using the N-word against them and as of today. So I do get it. Certain people use certain words because it's their it's their comfortability. So in this area, the F word for some queer people is fine to use amongst community, but Doja just said this publicly, and at that time, she never disclosed that she was bisexual, and as of now, she never disclosed that she was bisexual too. So we don't know. We really do not know. With the success of Say So and Say So Remix in 2020, it eventually hit the #1 spot on the US Hot 100, and I think it hit the #1 spot around May, and this is when it gets crazy. So during this time, Doja Cat was called out for allegedly being a part of a tiny chat room where they do weird stuff. Some people, while some people they build communities within these tiny rooms. Doja Cat claims that she didn't do anything white supremacy, race play type of vibes. And during this time, people were accusing her of doing race play and white supremacy related stuff and allowing non-black people, specifically white people, using the N-word. It turns out within this time span, which is between May 20 something to I think the 24th of May of 2020, they ended up, and by they I'm talking about Doja Cat fans, they ended up apologizing to Doja Cat because of the controversy. And then she kind of got canceled basically because of the situation. But at the same time, there was still backlash that was rightfully so about Doja Cat because she made a song called Did Do Nothing, which is basically a mockery of black people, specifically black Americans experiencing police brutality. And certain people thought it was a diss towards Sandra Bland, which is a black woman who tragically passed away by the arms of police officers. Due to this, Doja Cat ended up apologizing and explaining some more details.
Kind of locked away, and I was always on there just dealing with people coming at me left and right, talking about different slanderous terms after another. The term that I used in the song is one that I learned that day. So people were calling me it left and right, and I used it in a song. And it was to kind of take back and fucking just say fuck you to those people. The song, however, I agree, the worst, maybe the worst song in the entire world. Not good. Lyrically, lost. The worst song. The lyrics in the song don't make sense. I see some of the interpretations of the lyrics. A lot of them are wrong. I can rewrite the lyrics for you guys. I don't know how important that is. But if you need me to, I can. But that song is in zero ways, in no way connected to police brutality or Sandra Bland.
She basically said that this was a form of using the word in a way to show how this is messed up and using it as a wordplay. But this is going to be a hot take, even though it shouldn't be. But in my opinion, Doja Cat doesn't have a right to be using this term because, one, Doja Cat is not half black American. Doja Cat, her black side of the family is from South Africa, of Zulu descent. So why are you using this term knowing that that's not your ancestry, that's not your background? Second of all, Doja Cat's mom is a white Jewish American. As a white woman who got pregnant by a black man from Africa, you could have thought, hey, this is not my child's culture. She may be a part of certain groups within the black community, specifically the black American community, because she's in the United States. However, that is not a part of her community. That's her community, but that's not her community. Because being a black American is not the same as being a black South African. So she stepped in too close to a territory that's not a part of hers, in my opinion. Another controversy during this time frame was when Doja Cat was called out for complaining about having 4C hair.
Playing The Sims or playing with my booty hole or something. I could be doing much more fun things than getting my hair braided. You know? Why the fuck do I want to get my hair braided for 5 fucking years? 5 hours, I meant. That's a little bit. You look like a llama, bitch. You look like a fucking llama, bitch. Don't play with me. Ding dong. Thank you. 4C could suck my ass, is what 4C could do. 4C could. Thought I heard my boyfriend. 4C could bend over and lick my ass. Good luck trying to finger comb it. Good luck trying to put a wide tooth through it the first couple of minutes. Jesus Christ. Why even God was like, let me give this bitch 4C hair just so that she could go bald. You know what I mean? My shit falls out. But I never actually look bald. But my shit falls out. Maybe because it's thick, it seems like a lot of hair is coming out. But when I take my, like, when I comb, take out my braids, brush, so much hair.
And supposedly wanting to be not biracial, but was thankful that she has a big butt and light skin. So when it comes to this part, one part I do believe there's a video of her saying it, and there's also tweets of her saying this. Why the other one is a conspiracy theory? Because on my end, I've never seen it.
My friends looked on social media and they told me what was going on. I know exactly what you guys are talking about as far as self-hate goes. I had a video of me talking about my hair. I have a lot of trouble taking care of my hair. So when I am not, either my hair is straightened or I have a wig on, I'm pretty much okay, but when I'm trying to comb out, wash, do this twist, everything, it's frustrating for me. It's very hard for me. A lot of my friends would agree who have hair like mine, that they have a hard time taking care of it.
When it comes to complaining about having 4C hair, that is real. For what I know, I have 4C hair, Doja Cat has 4C hair. When it comes to this conversation, it kind of gets tricky because my relationship with my hair is going to be different to Doja Cat's. And I also have to remember that Doja Cat is a woman, I'm a man. It's not going to be the same thing. There are black men who have the same hair texture as mine who hate it. And when it comes to my personal experience with my hair, there were certain times when I didn't like having 4C hair. And I feel like we have a right to critique certain things that we do not like about ourselves. That is nothing wrong, but I feel like when it comes to people that are celebrities, you have to watch everything you say because people are going to use it against you. Doja Cat is not the only person within the community, specifically the black community, who has an issue with their natural hair. Trust me, there are a bunch of us. And like I said, I had a phase when I didn't like my hair texture that much. But at the same time I did. I don't know, it was a tricky situation because there were times I did, there were times I didn't. Because like I said, people will always say something about my hair texture. Always. So I kind of get it, but then there's also a different part where people feel like the reason why she don't like her 4C hair is because she's thinking since she's mixed race, she should have looser texture hair. Because, you know, that's the stereotype that biracial mixed with black people usually have less difficult hair and having more of a looser texture. So I'm assuming that's maybe what she wanted. I could be wrong. We don't know. After being called out on Nas's song Ultra Black, Doja Cat prepared to make a diss track titled NAS, which stands for Niggas Ain't Shit. This part is gonna get messy as well. At this point, you all can tell this video's gonna get messy. But what I've read and what people have been saying, people had issues with the fact that Doja Cat had this specific title because, one, she was coming for Nas. Nas is a lyricist and he's a big rapper in hip hop. People had a huge issue with her trying to target Nas. Another factor is the fact that she was using the N-word in a title even though it was in initials. But people's issue is the fact that Doja Cat, besides the situation with what happened earlier when it comes to her allegedly doing certain things in the Tiny Chat and making that song in 2015, people had an issue with the fact that Doja Cat doesn't date black men and is only attracted to white men, maybe non-black men in general.
Dating white men. It's so interesting to me how in these times, me dating white men is in any way. I've seen comments about it, and it has, I'm completely empty in thought as far as this goes. When I love someone, when I am attracted to someone, when I want, I'm gonna either see how I'm going to talk to them, and that's all that matters, is who I love is zero. Whether you like me or not, it's zero of your business. If I like someone, if I'm attracted to a person, no matter what their skin color is, no matter where the fuck they come from, no matter what their religion, doesn't matter, I'm gonna fucking love them because I love them. This isn't about date people based on, I don't even know how to articulate that concept because it's so out of my world. If I love someone, I'm not looking at their fucking skin color. I find people attractive just because I find them fucking attractive. If I find a black man attractive, it's because he's fucking attractive. If I find an Asian man attractive, it's because he's fucking attractive. If I find a white man attractive, it's because he's fucking attractive. And that's it.
When it comes to this part, I personally do not have an issue with Doja Cat making a song with the N-word or saying the N-word in general, because at the end of the day, she's half black and she grew up in the United States. And I'm assuming Doja Cat has experiences where she experienced racism in general. She experienced racism within where she grew up. So most likely non-black people called her that word. Maybe within community when she's with black people, they used it with her and she used it back. So that to me is not a problem. However, in the context of the song, it does feel weird of her saying niggas ain't shit, because you were expected to date niggas. But at the same time, she could also refer to men that are just like her father, her black South African father. So it's a tricky situation. It's very tricky. We really don't know. I'm gonna go with my theory because I think I'm right. She's referring to men in general as niggas ain't shit, which is a problem. They not niggas. They non-black men. Which I've been having a problem with black women and mixed with black women referring to non-black men as niggas, whether they partner with them or not. I think it's a bad way to go. And the same thing goes for black men too, as well, because it's not only black women who do it. But what I'm saying is, since we're talking about Doja Cat and she's a biracial woman mixed with black women, I'm just saying black women and mixed with black women right now. I think she shouldn't be using that word to describe men as a whole, because these men, these non-black men that she prefers dating wise, they not niggas. So I just feel like in that way, it's disrespectful, in my opinion. Also, Doja Cat is not the only biracial mixed with black artist who has a predominantly non-black fan base, and they use the N-word in multiple songs. We have J. Cole, we have Drake, we have Lotto, we have Joyner Lucas, and the list goes on. She's not the only one. So I feel like if that's the case, we're going to keep the same energy with everyone else. But the only difference with Doja Cat and these 4 other artists that I just mentioned is that all of them have a Black American father, whereas Doja Cat, she's the only one who has a South African father, specifically a Black South African father. In that area, it's not going to be the same because at least their parent, who is Black, is of Black American descent. I can be your woman. I can be your lady. Now we're in Anti-Blackness Part 2 of the Doja Cat video. And this is going to be between 2022 through 2023. Doja Cat has been accused of stealing catchphrases from Black people, Black entertainers, well, influencers and entertainers. One of them, his name is Rolling Ray, and he took the term, I think it was It's Giving or something like that. And basically, Doja Cat credited and she licensed the word and the phrase It's Giving. And then people were calling her out for that. And then she also said something else about how words are words or something like that. I don't know. It was something weird. I do remember it was something weird. And then basically Rolling Ray was gonna work with her, but she ended up like never reaching back out to him, which is messed up. And or her team not reaching back out to him, which is once again messed up. And then recently she has been accused of stealing words from Nene Leakes. And in case you do not know, Nene Leakes is from, well, she's best known of being a part of the Housewives of Atlanta. People took this as an offense too, and they called her out too. I'm not sure if she responded back, but I do know that people weren't happy when she did this. And in my opinion, that is definitely anti-Blackness right there. You stealing from people within your community. Sure, Nene Leakes is a Black American, and I think Rolling Ray is a Black American too. But at the end of the day, they Black just like you. Even though we all know Doja Cat is mixed biracial. We know. But what I'm saying is she's a part of community. So you expect her to not do that. But then at the same time, when it comes to the industry, it gets dirty. I'm going to admit, it does get dirty. There are some people who do not give credit. Same thing on YouTube. I'm a small YouTuber, but there are people who do not give me credit or acknowledge my work. And you could tell they got some type of inspiration by my work and stuff like that. But I don't take it personally. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, it's fair game. We on YouTube, whatever. But I do get it. It would be nice to get credit when credit is due. Doja Cat in this situation, she's in the wrong. Especially because she's a well-known celebrity. And she has money. A lot of money to be doing something like this. So I feel like it's bad. It's in poor taste. So you could compare a bit. And even in my regular day in New York City, there are people who steal and stuff like that within the community. So it's kind of the same thing. But I don't know. I just feel like it feels different with someone who's rich already and mega rich as well. Doja Cat is dating alleged sexual abuser and racist streamer Jay Cyrus. His real name is Jeffrey J. Cyrus, and he's a white man, obviously. I am not sure if his alleged victims were Black or mixed with Black women. So I'm not going to talk too much on that part of the discussion. I do want to say that Doja Cat dating a predator does not make her look good. Anyways, one of the things that he has done that is very questionable is dressing as a stereotypical Black woman in 2014.
Call them all, because I just figured out what I'm doing for my glamour shots.
Oh, you a bad bitch.
I know. Mm-hmm.
You ratchet, we real. You got your weed from Goodwill.
Girl, I got a bitch, man.
And that's no bills, girl, please.
Yeah, he did that. That's weird. And I get it. That was the humor back in 2012, 13, 14. Before that too. It's definitely giving blackface. It's definitely giving stereotypes. It's definitely giving racist. that I know of, he never apologized about that. Then, in an old tweet that I cannot find, he allegedly said, watching all these people post on my friend's wall is like watching out for these cops and be careful, as if he hasn't been black his whole life. He also tweeted, never suggest KFC to your black friend. Keep in mind, these tweets were in 2013 and Jay Cyrus was in his early 20s. After this was discovered and people were calling him out, rightfully so, Doja Cat got mad and spiraled on the internet. I do want to read 2 of the comments and also say my opinion about them after I read it to you all. Comment 1. I want y'all to read this comment and take it as a message. I don't give a fuck what you think about my personal life. I never have and never will give a fuck what you think about me or my personal life. Goodbye and good riddance, miserable hoes, ha ha. Comment 2. He's fucking me as I type this. I'm sorry, but Doja Cat's in the wrong. This is in poor taste. This man, this white man, did so much crap. So much crap. He even apologized back in 2020 about allegedly doing these horrendous things to these women, either within social media or in reality, real life. And then the fact that she's going to be tone deaf and not try to hear the victims and hear what they have to say, and then also not hearing about other people's concerns about him being racist and doing, racist things, especially as a person who's a big star like Doja Cat. And Doja Cat has to remember, she's mixed with black, she's half black, and most likely Jay Cyrus probably sees her as a black woman. She would be considered in an interracial relationship, and for her as a woman mixed with black women, to be tolerating this type of nonsense for her significant other is disgusting. Are you serious? I'm not even going to talk about the sex part that she was saying when she was typing. That was weird. But I do think you do mirror who you date or who you associate with in general. That is your mirror. They don't reflect yourself entirely. I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't really know Doja Cat's relationship with Jay Cyrus. We don't know. Maybe she has called him out. We don't know. Even though, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't think she has called him out, because Doja Cat's history when it comes to race-related issues, it's been a slippery snow. So I do think she doesn't care, to be honest. I think she doesn't give a shit that he has a racist past. I don't think she gives a shit that he allegedly sexually abused these women, and also verbally abused these women on the internet, allegedly. I could be wrong, but from what she has been saying back, it does give tone deaf. I wish that wasn't Doja Cat, because I do like Doja Cat's music. I do think she's talented. I somewhat like her personality, but at the same time, these things that she has done is not okay, and it does leave a nasty taste in my mouth. I do understand why certain people do not want to hear her music no more, and I do understand why certain people do not want to even follow her no more on social media. So I understand, I totally understand. But at the same time, we cannot deny that Doja Cat is Doja Cat. That doesn't mean you gotta tolerate it, because if you know your prerogative, you go for it. If you know you cannot tolerate certain things, like me, I cannot tolerate certain things with celebrities. Best believe I'm not gonna hear their music no more. I'm not. or watch their movies or watch anything that they in. I'm not gonna do it. Concluding statement and the outro of this video. So I cut off midway while I was talking because I feel like I'm just talking too much at this point, and I want to go straight to the concluding statements. So now we're here. Doja Cat is not flopping anytime soon. Her music career as of now is thriving. Her most recent successful song, which is Paint the Town Red, is currently number 5 on the US Hot 100.
Bitch, I'm in your shit if you send for me. I'm going to glow up one more time, trust me. I have magical foresight.
So she's doing pretty fine right now when it comes to her music career still. Her 4th studio album is coming out sometime in September. I do think we have to hold celebrities accountable when they do problematic things. There are certain levels to it. It's gonna be hard to just cancel a Doja Cat or a different type of celebrity. It's gonna be hard, very hard. And like I said, I do like Doja Cat's music. However, I'm not gonna be saying, oh, what she's doing is fine, because it's not fine. And I'm not gonna be always agreeing with everything she has done, because I definitely don't. And I do want to credit, yes, Doja Cat does work with black people. Yes, she does. Yes, she has black friends. But that's not enough. You need to do more than that. You need to genuinely show that you care. And before anyone says she donates to black causes, this and that, that's not enough. She needs to do more. Especially with her track record in the public eye. Of course, she's not going to win everyone over because people are going to still have their biases towards her, which in some cases it's fair because of her track record, and then in some other cases it's not fair because that shows that you genuinely just don't like her. And then when it comes to her only dating non-black men, in my opinion, she needs to change that because you cannot blame a group of men. The point is that Doja Cat cannot generalize all black men because at the end of the day, we're not all the same. Same thing with mixed with black men. Not all mixed with black men are the same. She should be open to date black and mixed with black men. We're not your dad. We're not. But at the same time, I do get it. People have their traumas that they need to work on. With that being said, I hope she does break up with Jay Cyrus very, very soon. But we'll see. We'll see. Apparently, she's in love with him. I read it in the article. Apparently, she's in love with him. So we see. We see. Thank you so much if you made it this far in this video. I appreciate you. Be sure to like this video. Please comment. Please share. If you want to follow me on social media, follow me on my social medias. I want to know what you all think about Doja Cat as a whole. Tell me anything. As long as it's not crazy about, and it's not about too much about me, we're good. But if it's like more like you want to critique a bit about certain things I said in the video, you can do that. However, don't be going too crazy, because if you do, I'm gonna block you and delete your comments. Okay? Okay. Thank you, and